So the last chapter of your class 8, that is Comet Part 2. What have we read here? Yes, can you just quickly recap what we have done? So yes, the comet is there on its way to collide with the Earth. There has been a secret conference of the scientists of the world, and they have come up with a plan to, yes, they have come up with a plan to maybe deflect the direction or change the direction. Good afternoon, Prableen, and good afternoon to all of you. So what is that plan? That project, it is called as, right? And yes, there is a timeline related to the project, that how in October this is going to happen, in November and December it is there. How is the deflection going to be done? So it is very difficult, interfering with the course of heavenly bodies. But man is there, yes, always finding a way out, and especially when our planet is in danger and our lives in danger, that if the comet collides, then our life is going to be over, isn't it? So naturally, to save us, to save the planet, so the scientists, they came up with the Project Light Brigade. What is going to happen in that project? Yes, so a spacecraft will be sent towards the comet, and it will carry along with it lots of nuclear fuel. And yes, it will be detonated, and it will, impact the direction of the comet. So with any chance, it's quite possible that the direction could be changed, right? So this is there. And Sir John says that, yes, so December 15th is the deadline. And if there are chances that we will not survive the impact, so he says, I will not buy any Christmas presents. But what is happening with Dattada in his country? He's come back after the secret conference. He's constantly in touch with Sir John. They have become quite good friends. So both of them good scientists, and each of them having that admiration. But yes, so Dattada is taking part in the puja celebrations and the Diwali celebrations, but his mind is there still wondering, what is the future of our planet? So in this part, we're going to find out, did the comet collide? Yes. What about planet Earth? And yes, how was everything saved? Right? So let's continue with the reading. Yeah? Okay. Yes. So what is happening? Yeah, here we are. Now Dattada, he's worried about all this. But will it achieve the rendezvous in time and at the right place? Will the remote control detonation work? What if the gigantic nuclear pile fails to fire? So many worries, because what is going to happen in the Project Light Brigade? That they're going to try to change the direction, and biggest concerns are always there. So there are so many factors which might not have been taken into account. What if the explosion does not take place? Then what is going to happen? Dattada could not share his anxieties with anyone around him. He had to participate in and outwardly enjoy the puja ceremonies because it was a big secret. He could not tell about his concerns. The Diwali celebration and the other festivals, his sole daytime relaxation was in the company of Khoka, his 8-year-old grandson, and of course, at night looking through Divya. So even then, he has discovered one comet, and that comet is going to create so much of a problem for the Earth. But Dattada has not given up his interest. What was that? Looking through his telescope. So even now at night, you would look through his telescope, looking at the course of the comet. Where is it? And what is it up to? Or maybe he wants to discover something else. He was regularly monitoring the comet, now clearly even visible even to the naked eye. So yes, it is quite close. It's come there within near the orbit of the Sun and Earth. On November 18th, a special messenger on a scooter from the British Council brought an urgent telex message for him. So like you have a telegram, so very quick, very fast, that message came. The telex operator in Kolkata had wondered what was so special about it to make it so urgent. So even the operator was worried, what is such an urgent message, and such, what is it? But on reading it, Datta lost all lethargy and rushed to his favorite Rasagolla shop. Oh, he was so happy to read the message. Immediately went to buy sweets. See, he did not enjoy, did not participate wholeheartedly in the Diwali celebration and all the festivals. But now he's quite happy. I am confident now of buying my Christmas presents on December 15, John Macpherson. So Sir John has replied and he said now, if I will only buy Christmas presents, if December 15 goes on, like successfully, right? But now, yes, so here that means either the explosion has taken place or maybe the comet has changed its course. On December 15th, comet Datna came closest to the Earth at a distance of 80,000 kilometers. Of course, it is a big distance, but that distance here, when you see it from, maybe the scientist's point of view or the astronomer's point of view, it's not too far. Millions saw it and admired it because the common man does not know what perils were there, what problems were there. So they were admiring the comet. How beautiful. What a beautiful sight. Only a handful knew how close they had come to total annihilation. What is annihilation? Annihilation means destruction. Yes, so they're just gazing and right, yeah. So they're just wondering, rather only a few scientists know, only a few people know that how close they were to complete destruction, annihilation. When the comet had gone far away and was seen no more, Dattada felt it safe to make the following comment to his wife. Now that the comet came and went, are you satisfied that no major disaster took place that can be attributed to it? What did his wife think about the comet? See, Dattada is there, a great astronomer now. He's a renowned astronomer. But what did his wife think of his discovery? What did she think about the comet? Yes, she thought the comet is going to bring bad luck. Now, Dattada is there telling when the comet is safely gone and was no longer visible in the sky. So he told his wife, so are you happy now? Nothing bad has happened. And what do you think his wife is going to say? Right? Because she was ready to perform a puja for what? The safety of Dattada, and that all the ill effect which the comet might have, they could be removed, isn't it? Right? So Dattada felt it safe to make the call. Right. I agree that there has been no major disaster, but there could have been. Do you know how they were averted? Indrani Devi said with quiet confidence. Do you know how they was averted that disaster that was going to take place? Right? How? But yes, only the scientists knew, but Indrani Devi was unaware. Dattada looked at her. Did she know? How could she? He had never mentioned Project Light Brigade to her. So yes, so he had never spoken about this project to her. So what is she telling? How does she know that something bad was going to happen? He probed cautiously. He's asking her, I don't understand what you mean. It is very simple. There were no disasters because of the yagya at our house. See, oh my God, what a tragedy, isn't it? Right? So how sad. Yes. Let's see, Dattada is doing his best to take care of the planet, and all the scientists doing so many calculations and things. And what did she say? She said, we performed the yagya. But I never performed the yagya. Don't you remember? I refused to have anything to do with it. So when he came back after the conference, so they were going to perform a yagya, but he says that, no, I will not participate in it. Of course I do. But we found a way out. At least Guruji did. He said that if you were unwilling to perform the yagya, it would be all right if a descendant of yours did it. So what was the solution? You were not ready to perform the yagya, but we found out someone who could perform it, any of your descendants, right? So someone who is there from your family, right? So he could have done it. So we got Khoka to deputize for you. So Khoka, his grandson, sat in your place. And it has worked. Isn't Guruji clever? Indrani's voice had a ring of triumph. Indrani is so happy. See, you did not agree, but Guruji found out a way. And what was it? That yes, Khokha can perform the yajna. Who's Khokha? Who's Khokha? Yes, his grandson, Dattada's grandson. So he sat there in his place for the yajna. Dattada formed a mental picture of Khokha performing the yajna, uttering mantras dedicated to him, which he did not. Pouring ghee at specified intervals into the fire, offering flowers, and then the picture changed to an assembly of scientists at the conference, analyzing the problem, devising solutions, and executing them rationally and efficiently. So two pictures side by side. One of a young boy sitting there for a yajna, and the priest telling him, now you put ghee, now you put flowers, now you say these mantras. On the other hand, so many scientists thinking, oh, what are we supposed to do? How can we save the earth? Right? Thinking of plans, thinking of ways. Let's do this, let's do that. Two very contrasting pictures. One of superstition, other of rationality, isn't it? So what is rational? When you think properly, when you're able to decide between what is right and what is wrong. So two contrasting pictures. It seemed hard to believe that both pictures were different aspects. Yes, it is there. Yeah, two different aspects of contemporary human society. Dattada was aware of the gulf that separates the rich and the poor. See, money is there, big difference that money makes. But secondly, education also makes a lot of difference, isn't it? Right? But yeah, sometimes we have educated people, very well-off people, rich people also believing in superstition. So it is not necessary that, yes, the rich cannot believe or the educated cannot believe. It is, once again, people who can think correctly and people who do not, right? Yes, so during this COVID times also we have had people, yes, thinking rationally. That is, yes, we have to be cautious. We should wear masks and sanitize and stay at a safe distance, get ourselves vaccinated, do as we are told. On the other hand, there were people who believed that, no, there's no need of the vaccination. Why should I wear a mask? What is this? Isn't it? Right? And this is a lot of difference here. And here we know that no, your local treatment could not have been affected. Only what the doctor said was important. So there is a difference here, isn't it? Between being rational and being illogical. So when we are there, not thinking about the consequences and we're just doing something for the sake of it, right? So how can a puja change the direction of the comet? Is it possible? Are the mantras going to reach over there? And the comet is going to be impressed and move away? No, right? So there are some things that we cannot change. If you have fever, if you're not well, medicine is going to make you better, isn't it? Medicine is going to make you better. Rest is going to make you better. A good diet is going to make you better. Not, yes, praying to God, oh God, make me healthy once again, right? Of course, it definitely gives us peace of mind, but it is not going to make us healthy. So there's a big difference, right? And that is what education is supposed to do. This is what education is supposed to do, make us think correctly, properly. But sometimes, you know what, we get too emotional also at times. We get so concerned about our near and dear ones that we do anything for their safety, for their well-being, and we forget, okay, that I am someone with a very scientific mind. I am someone who's very educated. I know what is right and wrong. But then sometimes, our heart takes over our mind. But that should not be always. Maybe 1 in 10 times or 20 times it's okay, but not always. Let us use our mind. Let us think rationally, and only then we'll be able to progress. Okay? Yes. Right. So see here, so Dattada, no, Indrani did not know what has happened to the comet. Indrani did not know what has happened to the comet. Indrani knew that the comet was there, right? And Indrani said, like when the comet went away, the danger was over, then he told her, right? Let's see, now you were worried that the comet is going to cause bad things. It's going to bring a calamity on earth. Something is going to happen. Now nothing has happened. That is when Indrani said, I knew nothing is going to happen because we had performed the puja. Isn't it? Right? That is what Indrani did not know about the science conference. Indrani did not know about the danger because Dattada had not told anybody. Okay? Right. Now, it seemed hard to believe that both pictures were different aspects of contemporary human society. Dattada was aware of the gulf that separates the rich from the poor, educated from the literate, the privileged from the unprivileged, but this gap between the rational and the superstitious seemed to him far wider, far more sinister. Sinister, mysterious, right? Yes. So what? Rational and superstitious. There's a big gap that is there, right? Will human society ever succeed in eliminating it? This is a big question, and I'm going to ask this question in a form of a debate, which we're going to discuss tomorrow, okay? So be ready with your telescopes and your magnifying glass, and whoever wants to perform the puja and all everything. So we're going to have a discussion on this tomorrow, so, right? Dattada did not know the answer. Will human society ever succeed in eliminating it? We are there, deeply religious people, aren't we? Yes. And, sometimes like the way we behave and what we do, it is guided by our religious beliefs. Or aisa karoge, to you'll go to hell. And if you do this, you'll go to heaven, isn't it? Right? So we are there constantly told these things as we grow up. And somewhere in our consciousness or deep in our mind, that thought remains. So our actions are decided by that. Our actions are determined by that, which is, of course, in the long run, not good. Fine. So had it been this way, if the scientific approach was so bad, then people would be having here, how have we accepted technology into our life? How have we accepted science into our life? Some people, they don't go for medicine treatments. They don't go for operations. No, I'll do some kind of, jadoo mantar and get better. But you end up creating problems for yourself, isn't it? So be ready with all these doubts. Be ready with these questions. I'm going to conduct a debate tomorrow. It's not only about learning, it's not about learning only. We know so many things. We know so many things. The thing is, do we accept that reality? Right? So something happens to us. Oh, तुमने कोई पाप किया होगा, तुमने कुछ बुरा किया होगा, तभी तुम्हारे साथ ऐसा हुआ. What? How? Is it possible? No, you fell down, and no, you did that day. That is why this has happened to you. God is punishing you. Is this how we should think? Is this how we should behave? No. So if we keep on, letting our religious thoughts, letting our, beliefs dominate us always, we are never ever going to be independent, practical with a scientific approach. Right? So we're talking about here reaching the other planets and all. So we need to change our mindset also. We know that, yes, so this is what life is about. Okay, so let us deal with the problems in a practical way. So it was an interesting story. Very nice story it was, wasn't it? Do you agree or not? Yes, it was. And of course, we liked what we have learned. We've learned about the comet, how it is a heavenly body, and all heavenly bodies in the universe around us. Sometime or the other, there might be something dangerous lurking out there, like that comet coming out and coming closer and closer and closer. Danger, isn't it? Right? So we've read about scientists across the world, how they, yes, all come together. And yes, sometimes some secrets are not revealed to the public. So the authorities decide to withhold some kind of information so that panic is not created. People do not get worried. They do not, get scared of what might happen. Otherwise, there'll be a big rush, there'll be big commotion, and people will just unnecessarily lead to more and more problems, isn't it? Right. Yes. So can we go to the questions? Jayant Narlikar is the writer of this story. Manisha has asked me so many questions. Yes, Manisha. Right. And so he was a very famous astrophysicist, right? And yes, so there were many episodes also, I remember many years ago, regarding his discoveries of science. So you can also look about it and you can find out about it. So let's go through questions. Can we do the questions? We can hurriedly do the questions. What is Dattada expected to do on his return from London? What is he supposed to do on London when he comes back? He's supposed to do the puja. Yeah, he's supposed to perform the yajna. That is what his family wanted him to do. Yes. What is his reaction to the proposal? Does he believe in it? No, he's not at all happy. He does not want to do that. What does the Project Light Brigade refer to? Can you tell me? So what is the Project Light Brigade? It is an action which the scientists have made to prevent the comet from colliding with the Earth, isn't it? So what does Sir John say about the project in his letter to Dattada in October? In October, what does he say? Yes? He says that the charge of the Light Brigade has begun. It was a coded message. He does not say it directly. He just gives a hint. Did Sir John buy Christmas presents on December 15th? How did Dattada get to know about it? Yes, he did buy presents, and he said that, he had sent a telex to Dattada telling that I am going to buy presents. So it was a message that everything is all well, fine, we're going to survive, we'll be alive to celebrate Christmas. Why according to Indrani Devi had the comet not been disastrous? Do you agree with her? How did the comet not hit the earth? What had Indrani Devi done? She had done the puja. Do we agree with her? No, we don't. The scientists have spent day and night. They have been working and coming to some kind of a conclusion to save the earth. Yes. Is Dattada's general outlook, is he rational? Is he moral? Is he traditional? Yes. Dattada is a rational person. Yes. So he knows that we have to think correctly. We have to decide what is right and wrong for our benefit and for the benefit of the society and humanity and of the planet Earth, right? So he is there. His general outlook is one of rationality, isn't it? Right. So yes, I want you to do a few more questions here. That is, let's just go through this. Should a scientist's finding be suppressed if they seem disturbing? Give reasons for and against the topic. Yes. So should a scientist's findings be suppressed? The scientists, they do many things. They find out so many things. And yes, so sometimes, yes, so something which would be, let me see what you are saying. Only God can do the change. Prajli, we're bringing our religious beliefs inside. Okay, we'll say, okay, fine, yes, I've done all the best I can, and I've done all the calculations. You've done the Project Light Brigade, everything. Let's see, Baki, God, dekhiye, isn't it? That is what we leave everything in God's hands, isn't it? Right? But God helps those who help themselves. Remember that, isn't it? So God is not going to help you if you just keep on sitting, doing nothing. And if you make an effort, only then God is going to make a contribution to your efforts, isn't it? Yes. So like, supposing if we were not told about what is going to happen because of this COVID, then, right? Or if the scientists had told it in such a way that it would have created panic, then what? So both ways are there, you know. So sometimes things which are not going to maybe change the lives of the people in a way, or some things which are not of, relevance maybe there, into the larger population, right? So those things here, it could be that they can be suppressed, but things which are going to affect our lives, which are going to affect our existence, they should not be hidden from us. They should be revealed to the public, isn't it? So the public can be sensible enough to think rationally and correctly. Do you think ours is a traditional society? What are some of the things we do to be called traditional? Do you find these things useless or useful? Even though, yes, of course, we might be very scientific, very modern and everything, there are some things that we really follow which are traditional, isn't it? And traditions are a part of our life. So you're going to be ready with these questions. First and second. Let's quickly do the third and fourth. How has science been useful to us? We're here right in front of you. I'm there. This is science, isn't it? Right? We got a vaccines. That is science, right? We got cured. We're hoping that this pandemic would come to an end. This is science. So we don't need more examples in this. So science is definitely useful. Now, in which way has science been misused? We talked about the nuclear, like this fuel being taken and the explosion over there. In space, it's fine. But if that explosion happens here, then it is wrong, okay? When we're using science to kill others, to hurt others, to use it for our benefit, to exploit others, then it is wrong, isn't it? Right? So yes, so science is there, as we say, it is not a very good master, right? So not let it take control of our lives. So when excess of it happens, or there are certain things there, oh my God, my chat box is flooded with messages. Let me see what the internet hacking, yes, weapons which are there, your nuclear weapons. COVID is science. We got COVID because of that. Is it? Right? So something happened, and right, it just spread to all the parts. So spreading here, it was our mistake, isn't it? Right? Then we took control of it. That is a benefit, isn't it? Yeah. So, okay, fine. Please, we're going to discuss these two questions in the class. Tomorrow, be ready with the answers, okay?